Hello, my name is Azor Kayaks, and welcome to my channel, Stories from Azor Kayaks. Today we're going to be reading Dragoons The Awakening, Chapter 9. With that said, let us get started. Chapter 9. Yeah, I'm pretty hungry. Start. Draco wakes up. Draco screams himself awake. What? Where am I? What? Draco thinks to himself. Draco takes a look around and sees the sun setting slowly, and the sky starting to get dark. Draco notices the dead wyvern hawk and remembers all that had happened earlier. Draco looks at his hand and then his body. I'm human, but I know what I saw. I'm also a dragoon. Draco thinks to himself. Draco gets up and walks over to the dead wyvern's body. He broke my spear, Draco says as he pulls out the spear bit from the wyvern's mouth and skull. Draco kicks the wyvern. Draco backs up and stares at the dead wyvern. You got what you deserved for hurting Wenry, Draco says to himself. Draco has a sudden moment realization. Oh fuck! Wenry! Draco says. Draco runs off back to where he split off from Kyle. Kyle! Kyle? Draco yells out, looking around. Kyle! Draco yells out again. He's gone. He must be at the cave, right? Draco thinks to himself. Draco runs off toward the cave. Dashing and dashing, Draco makes it to the wyvern hawk's nest. Draco looks around for Kyle. Not here either? That's good, that's good. Draco thinks to himself. Draco runs off toward the cave past the wyvern hawk's nest. Running and running, Draco sees the destroyed tree. I am so happy I dodged that. I'm pretty sure I would have died there, Draco thinks to himself as he runs. Draco finally makes it to the cave. Draco sees the cave entrance opened. Draco sees smashed and moved rocks near and around the cave entrance. Kyle must have opened the cave, right? Draco thinks to himself. Draco looks around and sees many rocks and remembers how fat and weak Kyle was. Or maybe the wyvern hawk dug its way in and God went. Draco thinks to himself and cuts himself off. Kyle! Where are you? Kyle! Draco yells out, looking around into the entrance without entering. Draco waits for a while, but he hears no reply. Draco readies his hand spear. Draco readies his broken spear and goes into the cave. Draco walks and walks, looking around every corner for anyone or any signs of life. Draco makes it to the end of the cave and enters the cave center with the river. Wenry? Kyle? Anybody here? Draco yells out and looks around the center cave room with the river. There's no one. But there's no bodies either. Draco thinks to himself as he looks around for large amounts of blood or any type of indicators of a struggle of any kind. Oh, thank God. Oh. Good. Kyle must have got Wenry and left. Good job, Kyle. I knew I could count on you. Draco thinks to himself with a smile. Draco walks out of the cave. Draco gets out and the sun has set and it has become pitch black outside. Draco using his adamant spear as a light, Draco walks back to the village. As Draco walks, he thinks about all the good memories he's had with Wenry. A while passes and Draco makes it to the village. As Draco walks through the village, he sees a couple of lights and people at Wenry's house. Draco rushes over. Wenry? Draco says. Grandma comes out of the house. Draco! Grandma says. Draco walks up to Grandma. Is Wenry alright? Is Kyle okay? Draco says. Grandma slaps the shit out of Draco. Fuck! Draco says. I told you not to go out. Grandma yells at Draco, tears in her eyes. I had to try and save. Draco says and stops. Draco sees Grandma really crying. I thought I lost you as well, Draco. You just disappeared today. All I could do was worry. Then Kyle came back screaming at my door. Grandma says, wiping her tears. He was carrying Wenry. It was a miracle. I asked him how, and he told me about you and your stupid plan, Grandma says, and closes the distance between her and Draco. You didn't come back. Kyle and me feared for the worst. But we had to tend to Wenry to make sure she was okay, Grandma says, putting her hand on Draco's face. Draco stays silent, staring at her. What happened, Draco? Are you alright? Where's the wyvern hawk? Grandma says. Draco moves Grandma's hand off his face. I'm fine, Grandma. The wyvern hawk is dead. Is Wenry alright? Is Kyle okay? Draco says. We don't know yet. The village doctor is tending to her now. Come back tomorrow, Draco, Grandma says. Why? Why can't I do something? Draco says. Are you a doctor? Do you have some type of special medicine? Do you know anything about medical procedures? No. Come back tomorrow, Draco. You're in the way, Grandma says. Draco stands there quietly. Grandma walks back into the house and closes the door. Draco, not knowing what to do, he wanders the village aimlessly for a while. After about an hour or two of mixed feelings and emotions, I should check in Kyle. Yeah, I should check on Kyle, Draco thinks to himself. Draco heads over to Kyle's house. The lights are out. Draco thinks to himself as he knocks on the door. No answer. Draco knocks again. No answer. He must be sleeping or something. Yeah, we did have a crazy day. He was attacked. We were running for our lives. Draco thinks to himself. Draco walks off. I should go home then. I'll see Wenry in the morning. Draco thinks to himself. Draco walks home to his house in the forest. A while passes as Draco walks and he finally makes it home. Draco stares at his treehouse, the moon perfectly above his home. I'm not tired yet, Draco thinks to himself, as he literally just woke up a while ago. Draco looks around his encampment. I should do something to pass the time, Draco thinks to himself. Draco starts to clean up around his home. After cleaning, Draco starts to check his supplies and see if everything is alright around his home. Draco sees the rope that he swings on to get into the river from his balcony. Draco grabs the rope and tugs it. Draco runs forward, holding the rope swing, and swings for a little bit, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I'm bored. I don't know what to do. I hate waiting. Wenry, Draco thinks to himself. I need to do something, Draco says, staring at the line of rope. Draco has an idea. I'm gonna make a swing set. Yes, I'll make a swing. So Draco decides to construct a swing set. Grabbing a nearby log and slicing it and cutting it up with his adamant spear, he makes a seat. After slicing the log some more for finer touches and making holes for the rope, Draco strings up the seat with the rope together, after plucking it down, of course. And finished. A nice, simple swing, Draco thinks to himself. Draco sits on the swing and kicks off. As Draco swings, he relaxes and calms his nerves about Wenry. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Draco swings, Draco swings, Draco smiles. Draco is at peace. Draco swings for a time and soon becomes so relaxed he actually starts to get sleepy again. Draco hops off the swing and heads into his house. See you tomorrow, Wenry, Draco says, looking in the direction of the village. Draco goes inside of his house and goes to sleep. The night passes and Draco wakes up. Draco looks around his home. Safe and cozy. Draco gets up and readies himself for the day. Wenry, I'm coming, Draco says. Draco gets down from his tree home and starts walking to the village. After a while, Draco makes it to the village and then to Wenry's house. Draco hears footsteps coming to the door. Kyle opens the door and comes out. Kyle, Draco says. Draco, you're okay, Kyle says with a great smile. Yeah, I am, Draco says. What happened? Are you really alright? Where's the wyvern hawk? Kyle says. I'm fine, Kyle. I killed the wyvern hawk, Draco says. That's great, That thing was a monster, oh my god. Kyle says, yeah, a monster. Draco says, remembering that he's a dragoon. Anyway, come on in, let's eat breakfast, Kyle says and walks into Henry's house. Yeah, I'm pretty hungry, Draco says. Draco follows Kyle in and to the kitchen. I'll whip us up some food, Kyle says. You can cook, Kyle? Draco says. Kyle looks at Draco with a wild look in his eye. Just look at me, Kyle says, turning back to the stove. Draco laughs. Kyle chuckles. Draco looks around. Where's Grandma? Draco says. Oh, the village elder? She left to go talk to some of the other villagers, Kyle says while cooking up a storm. Okay. How is Winry? Draco asks. Well, the doctor said she's okay for now, but they need more time to let her heal and figure out if there's any more problems, Kyle says while flipping the food as he's cooking in the pan. So, she's not dead? Thank you, Kyle, Draco says while putting his hand on Kyle's back. What? Kyle says as he looks at Draco still being a total master chef in cooking without even looking at the food. You helped me save Winry. You're amazing, Kyle. You broke a whole cave entrance of rocks by yourself. And not only that, you had to have carried and saved Winry. That's amazing, Draco says with a huge smile. Well, Winry isn't that heavy. Also, it was pretty easy with that pick you let me use. Oh, that reminds me. Here, Kyle says, and then takes the hammer pick off his belt and extends to Draco. Draco refuses to grab it. No, thanks. You can have it. I have my spear, Kyle. Why don't you keep that hammer pick? Draco says. But isn't it special or something? It glows. It looks magical, Kyle says. Well, you risked your life to help me and save Winry. I think you should keep it. And it's adamant, Draco says. Thank you, Kyle says. Draco and Kyle smile at each other with a feeling of friendship. Soon a smell of burning food fills the air. Oh no, the food! Kyle says, turning back around to the food. No, I'm so hungry, Draco says. Quickly, get some plates, Draco, Kyle yells out. Draco runs over and grabs some plates and runs back. They both barely manage to save the food, with a slight little burns here and there. Draco and Kyle sit in the dining room table and enjoy a meal together, as friends, allies, warriors, and champions, for they save the day. All is well. Chapter 9. Yeah, I'm pretty hungry. End. Well, that's it for Chapter 9, guys. Thank you, guys, for watching. Thank you, my fellow Kaijin. Appreciate it. Remember, if you like my videos, please like, comment, and subscribe, and also share with your friends. I love telling stories, and this story obviously is getting more and more in depth. We just finished Chapter 9. Like, this is 9 parts. By now, you guys are understanding the type of characters and people that are in the story. It's just going to get better from here. Better and better and better. But yeah, with that said, thank you guys. I will see you guys in the next one. Azure Kayaks out. See you later, my fellow Kaijin.